My husband-to-be wants everyone to know I'm not pure. The author of the post is listed in the description. It's exactly what the title says. I've been with my fiancé for 6 years and engaged for the past 8 months. I've been doing most of the wedding planning, but my fiancé, let's just call him Ryan, will give his input here and there. So about a month ago, Ryan out of nowhere said he was talking to some of his co-workers and thinks that I shouldn't wear a white dress. This was totally weird to me. Ryan is a very artistic guy, so I figured this was more about how the photos would turn out or something along those lines, but I'm set on wearing white. I told him this, and I could see that he was annoyed, but he let it go. 2 weeks ago, I finally picked and paid for my dress, and this caused a huge argument. Ryan again came to me very annoyed. He asked to see the dress I picked, but I said no because I wanted it to be a surprise for our wedding day. He asked me to at least tell him what color it was, and when I said white, he threw a fit. I honestly do not see why this was a big deal. Almost everyone wears white on their wedding day. When I asked him what color he thought I'd be wearing, he told me I should wear red. Again, this was super weird to me. I asked him why I would wear red to our wedding, and he told me that brides only wear white when they are pure. For some background, Ryan and I started dating when I was 21 and he just turned 20. He was a virgin when we met, and I only had one other person who was my ex-boyfriend of 4 years throughout high school. This caused a lot of problems the first year of our relationship, and we almost did not continue dating because of how insecure he felt. After that first year, it was never a problem again until now, I guess. He went to his mom about all of this, thinking she would convince me, but she's on my side. So 2 nights ago, Ryan, his mom and I stood in our living room and argued about my sex life being shown in a dress. His mom stated that he is no longer a virgin either, so maybe he should wear red too, and he bursted out crying. Ryan is still stating that me wearing white would be deceiving all of the guests and that it is different for guys. This all has honestly made me question even marrying this man. I don't know if it's just because everything is so fresh, but I'm really disgusted by him. He's not even religious, so I know this is just about him still thinking about me losing my virginity at 18 before I even knew him. I just needed to rant to anyone about his psycho this is. Comments before update. Commenter. Look, if he is this insecure after 6 years together, things are not going to improve. Is he going to mention your impurity in his wedding speech? Is he going to try to leverage this in your marriage to get what he wants? Is he going to demand paternity tests for your children? I'd seriously consider what you are signing up for. Dude sounds messed up, AF. Commenter. Oh, I hadn't considered how this would spiral to paternity tests. And then if they had daughters. Commenter. Jesus, throw the whole man in the bin. For 6 years has he been planning on getting back at you for not being a virgin at your wedding. I'm petty AF and would just stop having sex with him. When he asks why I would say, since he finds your sexual history so disgusting, he is now part of the history, while you tell him to pack his shit and go find a virgin at 26. Update, 14 days later. I'm in my late 20s and just broke off an engagement. This is going to be my first date in many, many years. We're going to a nice waterfront seafood restaurant in North Carolina. It's a beach, but also November, so I have no idea what would be appropriate. Update 1 year later. This is my update 1 year later on the whole situation. I will start by saying I did not get married. Ryan made that decision quite easy for me. I remember reading a comment that said I had to already been done with the relationship for me to move on so fast. That statement was very true. As much as I want to be the bigger person and not slander Ryan, he deserves it. I won't get into all of our issues, but there are some big ones that I would like to address. The absolute deal breaker for me had nothing to do with the red dress, but instead was all of his little lies that built up through our entire relationship. Ryan is very smart. I can't take that away from him. We actually met because even though I am a year older than him, he graduated a year before me. We had mutual classes. For someone so smart, he always got caught in dumb lies. As far as I know, he never cheated on me. That was something that I know a lot of people assumed, but even now I don't believe it. There was never any big lie that caused massive drama, but rather a mountain of little white lies that always made me question why. He would lie to people about having allergies. He would lie about stopping for food before coming home. He would lie about losing weight. He is a healthy weight with a very normal build. He would just lie about so many things that did not matter. My issue with this is I had absolutely no trust in the man over literally nothing. I never held him back from doing things, and he never asked permission to do things. So him going out of his way to lie about meaningless things really made me start to resent him. I do not think he ever talked to his coworkers about the dress. I think that was another lie. After telling him I did not want to be together anymore, I asked him about everything that happened surrounding the wedding. I got no real answers out of him, and till this day I have no real closure. My best assumption is that he got sucked into misogynist forums surrounding purity and made up a story to bring it up to me. Our breakup was pretty nasty since he talked about me a lot online. For the most part, I had support. No one ever reached out to me or threatened me, but it's still annoying having my feed filled with rumors I cheated and broke up our engagement over nothing. There was a lot of name-calling as well. Apparently I'm ran through, I'm fat, I let myself go, I look miserable without him. Eventually, he stopped on his own, as I never acknowledged any of it. Even with the online harassment, he never really fought to save our engagement. I was actually hurt by how he seemed equally as ready to part ways. We have no contact with each other at all, but I do know that last month he actually got engaged again. All I know about the girl is that she is 23, a hardcore Catholic, and actually looks very sweet. For her sake, I hope they work out. I do not still talk to Ryan's mom. Sorry to disappoint. She was very kind to me through everything, but for me to continue talking to her would be a bit weird. I still got a happy birthday text and a Merry Christmas. I did have a date 2 weeks after I called off my engagement. That didn't go anywhere, and it was never meant to. For me, the date was to just see if I felt any guilt for moving on, which I had none. I had a huge career shift 2 months ago, and am now living in Philadelphia, far away from all the drama. I'm happy with where I'm at, and he seems happy with his life. I don't think I'll ever have to interact with him again. Okay, next story. Wibtaw for straight up leaving and ghosting my fiancée after I found out she cheated. I, 28M, have found out that my fiancé, 30F of 2 years, cheated on me. We have been together for 6 years and in love with each other. At least that's how it was for me. She has been acting more distant and became more protective of her phone for the last 2 months. At first, I was not suspicious of anything, but the doubt grew more and more inside me as the time passed, especially after asking her if there was a problem since she felt distant. She said there is no problem and that was it. I gave in and snooped on her phone to discover she has been sexting a guy for the last 2 months. I was devastated. At the beginning of our relationship, I clearly told her lying and cheating in any form are the 2 unforgivable actions for me. Yet she decided to cheat on me after 5 years of relationship, and we had been planning the wedding for this summer. I am not proud of that, but I checked the old messages as well, but there was no case of cheating other than this. I have been thinking about it for the last few days. I tried to rationalize it and told myself I cannot be leaving a 6 years relationship because of a single mistake, but after having a long talk with my oldest sister, I realized that I should respect myself and leave. She was the one who betrayed the relationship, not me. We do not have any shared assets and lease is on my fiancé's name. I have an inherited house, but it's in another city. Tomorrow, I am planning to just get important things from the house, block her from everywhere, and just leave. I do not want a closure, to be honest. I just want to grieve the relationship. I thought maybe I did not love her given that I want to leave her right away, but it's not like that. It hurts a lot. I tend to stress eat, masturbate, doom scroll, and spiral into depression in these kinds of situations. I have that experience from my early 20s. By going no contact and returning back to the city where my family lives will give me a circle that can support me. Wibtaw, if I straight up left and ghosted her without saying anything? Relevant comments. Commenter. You should heavily consider to share them with important parties such as your ex's parents. Otherwise, they might harass you or spread vile lies that your ex might tell them to save face. Remember that it's easier to explain your side before people are filled with rage/doubts about your character. It really sucks to hear what you are going through. I wish you the best of luck navigating it all. Answer. It might create legal problems, though. Commenter. I second all the comments that call for you to keep screenshots as evidence. If you do go ahead with ghosting, the likelihood is that without explanation from you, she's going to play the poor, abandoned fiancé and claim she has no clue why you've left. This way, if you have proof, she can't play the victim and turn you into some sort of monster. I wouldn't personally ghost. I would have at least a conversation, even if it was only to very firmly say, "I'm leaving, and I want nothing to do with you. Do not contact me or my family." And then I would make sure they know why. However, I can't judge you for just wanting to get out immediately. Commenter: I have the screenshot texts. I do not think she would be able to victimize herself here. Commenter: NTA: Sure, an explanation would be nice, but who cares about being nice at this point? Also, I'm sure you don't want to hear her excuses, lies. Leaving this way might be for the best if you guys need closure that can be done in the future. You can only go from here. Good luck. Answer: Yes. The main thing is that I do not want to hear lies and excuses. She cheated, and that's it for me. It does not matter why after that. Update. Firstly, I will not spread screenshots on social media or anywhere. That's illegal and a low blow even if it does not contain sexual parts. It's a private thing, and I am not planning to use these unless she plays dirty. One of my sisters came early in the morning to take me after my fiancé left for the work, and we packed some small things. As the lease is on her name, I do not have furnitures and stuff. We packed clothes, accessories, and other small and personal things. Her car is an SUV type, so we were able to fit most of the required things, thankfully. I could not take the ring, though. I left the keys under the flower pot and put a sticky on the refrigerator saying, "I know bye." Drive took about 7 hours, and we safely arrived to the inherited house. On the ride, I received countless messages and calls from unknown numbers but did not answer. Once we arrived at the home, eldest sister called me asking if we arrived. She told me fiancé called her crying around 3 p.m., and my sister told her not to contact me. We know everything, and if she tries to paint me bad in any way, we would not use only words, but do not back away from showing solid proofs to people. Fiancé requested to know where I am and speak to me. My sister said I am fine and she should not contact me in any form. When fiancé said we at least deserve a closure, my sister replied, "Too bad, suck it up." Not exactly that, but that's how I would translate that idiom, and ended the call. I still get calls and messages from unknown numbers. In the end, her father and mother called me. Surprisingly, my fiancé came clean to them, and while they hoped me to give a chance to her, they respected my decision. I thanked them and wished best of luck. Her father told me he will be sending the ring's money and asked me for my bank account. He actually sent it by adjusting to inflation, so I got a pretty decent money. The house is in an almost perfect condition as we renovated it before Mom passed away. It's just incredibly dusty and dirty after not being used since then. My 3 sisters will come this weekend and we'll clean it together. Eldest broke up with her girlfriend recently, so she plans to live with me after her lease ends in few months. She has been complaining about the rent prices for a while. My sisters are pretty much my only family, so I only informed them with some really close friends. I am planning on going to therapy after settling here. It may sound weird how close I am with my sisters, but we grew up like that. We grew up with an abusive father, and as I was the only man and youngest one, all of the physical and emotional abuse went towards me. We bonded with each other through trauma, and they tend to be a bit protective with me. I think that history is one of the reasons I just did not want to face my ex-fiancé. I thought I got over that considering nothing happened since family therapy we took, but it seems to be there. I'll get into therapy as soon as possible to understand everything and resolve the problems. I will post if there are any updates, but I just hope there will not be any. I just want to have peace and grieve right now. Relevant comments. Commenter: It sounds as if you're on the right path and have a good support system. Yay, sisters, for having your back. Good luck. Answer: Thank you. I did not know what I would do if my sisters weren't there. Commenter: OP, I am so happy for you and good for you for getting out. I read your original post. Your message to her was perfect. Short, sweet, and to the point. Answer: Thank you. I tried to keep it as short as possible. Many people said it would be weird to disappear without a simple note, so that's what I did. Commenter: This was not an easy thing to go through. It's great that your family and her parents are supportive and understanding. She made the wrong choice and has to live with the consequences of her actions. Answer: Her parents are incredible people. I am glad they did not push for anything further. How do you like these stories? Write your opinion in the comments. Let's get 1,000 subscribers on this channel. Love you.